Did you know that 92% of people who consistently act as if everything works out for them report higher levels of life satisfaction and success? This isn't mere coincidence. It's a testament to the profound impact our assumptions have on our lives. Think about it. How often do you catch yourself expecting the worst? It's a common habit, isn't it? We're conditioned to prepare for failure, to brace ourselves for disappointment. But what if I told you that this very habit is holding you back from the life you desire? The power of assumption is not just a feel-good concept. It's a fundamental principle that shapes our reality. Every thought, every belief, every expectation we hold creates ripples in the fabric of our existence. These ripples, over time, become the waves that carry us to our destination. Text's truer mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. When you assume success, your subconscious mind begins to work tirelessly to align your actions and opportunities with that assumption. It's as if you've programmed a powerful computer to seek out and create the outcomes you desire. But here's the catch. This works both ways. If you consistently assume failure or misfortune, guess what? Your mind will work just as hard to prove you right. It's not because the universe is against you. It's simply responding to the instructions you're giving it through your assumptions. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but what about external circumstances? Surely we can't control everything that happens to us. And you're right. We can't control every external event, but we have absolute control over our internal world. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our assumptions. When you act as if everything always works out for you, you're not denying the existence of challenges. You're simply choosing to view them through a different lens. You're deciding to see every obstacle as an opportunity, every setback as a setup for a comeback. This shift in perspective is powerful. It changes how you approach situations. When you assume things will work out, you become more resourceful, more resilient, more open to possibilities. You start noticing opportunities that you might have overlooked before. Think about the last time something didn't go as planned. How did you react? Did you immediately assume it was a disaster? Or did you pause and consider that maybe, just maybe, this unexpected turn of events could lead to something even better? The truth is, life is constantly unfolding in ways we can't always predict. But our assumptions act as a filter, coloring our experiences and shaping our responses. When we assume the best, we prime ourselves to make the best of whatever comes our way. But let's be clear. This isn't about naive optimism or denying reality. It's about adopting a powerful mindset that allows you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and confidence. It's about training your mind to see possibilities where others see problems. Consider the Wright brothers. When they set out to build a flying machine, the assumption of the time was that human flight was impossible. But they chose to assume differently. They acted as if it was possible. And that assumption drove them to keep experimenting, keep refining, until they achieved what many thought was unachievable. Or think about Thomas Edison. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways it won't work." This is the epitome of acting as if everything works out. Each failure was assumed to be a step closer to success. These aren't just isolated examples. History is filled with individuals who achieved greatness simply because they refused to accept the limiting assumptions of their time. They chose to assume success, to act as if their dreams were not only possible but inevitable. But this power isn't reserved for historical figures or exceptional individuals. It's available to each and every one of us right here, right now. The only question is, are you ready to harness it? Imagine waking up each morning with the unshakable belief that everything is working out for you. How would that change your day? How would it affect your interactions, your decisions, your willingness to take risks? When you assume the best, you naturally become more confident. This confidence isn't arrogance. It's a quiet assurance that no matter what happens, you'll find a way to make it work for you. This confidence is magnetic. It draws opportunities and people to you. But perhaps the most profound impact of this mindset is on your own actions. When you assume success, you act differently. You're more likely to take that leap, to raise your hand, to put yourself out there. You become the protagonist in your own life story, not just a passive. Think about the goals you've set for yourself. Now, imagine approaching those goals with the unwavering assumption that you will achieve them. Not that you might, not that you'll try, but that you will. Feel the difference. That's the power of assumption at work. This isn't about ignoring reality or pretending problems don't exist. It's about choosing how you interpret and respond to reality. It's about recognizing that your assumptions are a choice, and that choice has the power to shape your entire life experience. When you act as if everything always works out for you, you're not just adopting a positive attitude. You're aligning yourself with the fundamental truth of the universe, that our inner world creates our outer reality. This alignment is powerful. It allows you to tap into resources and abilities you might not even know you possess. It enables you to see connections and opportunities that others miss. It gives you the resilience to keep going when others would give up. But here's the thing. This isn't a one-time decision. It's a practice. Like any skill, it takes consistent effort to master. There will be days when it's easier and days when it's more challenging. The key is to keep choosing this empowering assumption, especially when it's difficult. Remember, your assumptions are not just passive beliefs. They're active forces shaping your reality. Every time you choose to assume the best, you're setting in motion a chain of events that can lead to extraordinary outcomes. So I challenge you to start right now. In this moment, make the decision to act as if everything always works out for you. Feel the shift in your energy, in your posture, in your very being. This is the beginning of a new chapter in your life. A chapter where you are the author and success is the inevitable conclusion. As you embrace this mindset, you'll begin to notice changes. Perhaps subtle at first, but growing more pronounced over time. You'll find yourself approaching challenges with curiosity instead of fear. You'll start to see setbacks as valuable feedback rather than failures. This shift in perspective is transformative. It frees you from the paralysis of worry and doubt. Instead of wasting energy on worst-case scenarios, you'll channel that energy into creating best-case realities. But don't just take my word for it. I invite you to test this principle in your own life. Start small if you need to. Choose one area where you've been struggling and decide to act as if it's already working out perfectly. Watch what happens. You might be surprised at how quickly things begin to shift. Opportunities may arise that you hadn't noticed before. Solutions may present themselves that you hadn't considered. People may respond to you differently, picking up on your new energy and confidence. This is the power of assumption in action. It's not magic. It's a practical application of a universal principle. Your assumptions create your reality, so choose them wisely. As you continue to practice this mindset, you'll find it becomes more natural, more automatic. You'll catch yourself automatically looking for the silver lining, for the opportunity in every situation. This doesn't mean you'll never face challenges or disappointments. But it does mean you'll have a powerful tool for navigating them. Acting as if everything always works out for you doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for good things to happen. It means taking inspired action, guided by the unwavering belief in your eventual success. It means approaching each day, each task, each interaction with the expectation. This expectation becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you expect good things, you're more likely to notice them when they occur. You're more likely to take the actions that lead to positive results. You're more likely to persist in the face of temporary setbacks. Think about the most successful people you know or admire. Chances are They share this fundamental assumption that things will work out for them. This isn't because they're lucky or special. It's because they've learned to harness the power of their assumptions. You have the same power within you. Right now, in this moment, you have the ability to choose your assumptions. You have the power to decide how you'll interpret and respond to the events of your life. So why not choose the most empowering assumption possible? Why not act as if everything always works out for you? The worst that can happen is that you'll face life's challenges with more confidence and resilience. The best that can happen? Well, that's limited only by your imagination. As you move forward from this moment, I encourage you to be aware of your assumptions. Notice when you're assuming the worst and consciously choose to shift your perspective. Act as if the best possible outcome is not just possible, but inevitable. This doesn't mean ignoring potential obstacles or failing to prepare for challenges. It means approaching those obstacles and challenges with the unshakable belief that you have what it takes to overcome them, that they're simply stepping stones on your path to success. Remember, your life is not happening to you. It's responding to you, to your thoughts, your beliefs, your assumptions. When you truly understand and embrace this truth, you hold the key to unlocking your full potential. So I invite you to step into this new way of being, to act as if everything always works out for you, to approach each day with the expectation of success, of joy, of fulfillment. Watch as your world begins to shift in response to this new assumption. You have within you the power to shape your reality. Your assumptions are the chisel with which you sculpt your life experience. Choose them wisely, wield them skillfully, and watch as your life transforms before your eyes. The power of assumption is yours to command. Will you use it to create a life of struggle and limitation, or will you harness it to craft a life of boundless possibility and success? The choice is yours, and it begins with how you choose to act right now. Act as if everything always works out for you. Not because it's a nice idea, but because it's a power of truth that can revolutionize your life. Embrace this mindset, embody it in your actions, and prepare your journey to a life of unprecedented success and fulfillment starts here with this simple yet profound shift in your assumptions. Are you ready to take that first step? Now that we've explored the power of assumption, let's take it a step further. What if I told you that the key to manifesting your desires lies not in hoping for the future, but in living as if that future is already here? This concept, known as living in the end, is a transformative approach that can radically alter your reality. Think about it. How often do you find yourself saying, I'll be happy when, or once I achieve this, then I'll feel successful? It's a common trap, isn't it? We postpone our joy, our sense of fulfillment, always pushing it into some future moment. But what if the secret to achieving your goals is to embody the feeling of already having achieved them? This isn't about pretending or denying your current circumstances. It's about aligning your inner state with your desired outcome. It's about feeling the emotions, thinking the thoughts, and taking the actions of the person who has already achieved what you're aiming for. Considered conscious mind doesn't distinguish between what's happening in your physical reality and what you're vividly imagining. When you consistently live as if your desire is already fulfilled, your subconscious begins to accept this as your new reality. And once your subconscious is on board, it starts to work tirelessly to bring your outer world into alignment with this inner state. But here's where many people stumble. They try to live in the end intellectually without fully engaging their emotions. They might affirm their desire or visualize it, but they don't feel it. And feeling is the secret. It's up to yourself. How would you feel if your deepest desire was already fulfilled? Would you feel joy, peace, confidence, freedom, whatever that feeling is? That's what you need to cultivate now in this moment. This might seem challenging at first, After all, can you feel successful when you're struggling to pay bills? How can you feel loved when you're single? How can you feel healthy when you're dealing with illness? But remember, we're not talking about denying your current reality. We're talking about choosing where to place your mental and emotional focus. Think of it like tuning a radio. Your current circumstances might be playing on one station, but you have the power to tune into a different frequency, the frequency of your desired state. The more you stay tuned to this new station, the clearer the signal becomes, and the more your outer world begins to reflect it. This practice requires discipline and persistence. It's not about a one-time visualization or affirmation. It's about consistently aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the state of having already achieved your desire. For example, if your goal is financial abundance, how would you carry yourself if you were already wealthy? How would you speak? What decisions would you make? How would you treat others? By embodying these qualities now, you're not just pretending. You're actually beginning to live as that wealthy version of yourself. Or perhaps your goal is a loving relationship. Instead of focusing on the lack of a partner, focus on feeling loved, appreciated, and cherished. How would you move through your day if you were in a deeply fulfilling relationship? What kind of energy would you radiate? By living in this end state, you naturally become more attractive to the kind of relationship you desire. This approach works because it aligns you with the vibrational frequency of your desire. Everything in the universe is energy, vibrating at different frequencies. By living in the end, you're matching your energy to that of your desire, making its manifestation not just possible but inevitable. But let's be clear. This isn't about passive wishing. Living in the end often requires inspired action. When you truly embody the state of your fulfilled desire, you'll find yourself naturally taking actions aligned with that state. These actions might push you out of your comfort zone, but they'll feel right because they're in harmony with your new way of being. One of the most powerful aspects of living in the end is how it transforms your perception of obstacles. When you're operating from the state of already having achieved your goal, challenges don't disappear, but your relationship to them changes dramatically. Instead of seeing obstacles as proof that your desire is unattainable, you begin to view them as opportunities for growth, as necessary steps on the path to your inevitable success. This shift in perspective alone can be game-changing. Consider how a successful person approaches problems versus someone who's struggling. The successful person doesn't see problems as roadblocks, but as puzzles to be solved. By living in the end, you naturally adopt this empowering mindset. Now, you might be wondering, but what if I can't maintain the state consistently? What if doubts creep in? This is where persistence comes into play. Living in the end is a practice, and like any practice, it takes time to master. When doubts arise, and don't fight them, acknowledge them, then gently bring your focus back to the feeling of your desire fulfilled. Each time you do this, you're strengthening your ability to maintain your chosen state. Remember, your reprogramming years, perhaps decades of habitual thinking and feeling. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate small victories. Each moment you spend living in the end is a step towards making it your permanent reality. One powerful technique to help you live in the end is to create a mental movie of your desire fulfilled. Make it as vivid and detailed as possible. See yourself living the life you desire, feeling the emotions, hearing the sounds, smelling the scents. Play this movie in your mind regularly, especially when you wake up and before you go to sleep. Another effective approach is to write a journal entry as if your desire has already manifested. Describe your day in rich detail from the perspective of having already achieved your goal. How do you start your morning? What kind of conversations do you have? How do you feel as you go about your day? This exercise helps to make your desire feel more real and immediate. Living in the end also involves aligning your speech with your desired reality. Pay attention to the words you use. Are they reflecting your current circumstances or your desired state? Start speaking as if your desire is already fulfilled. Instead of saying, I want to be successful, say, I am successful. Instead of, I hope to find love, say, I am in a loving relationship. This might feel uncomfortable or even dishonest at first. But remember, you're not lying to yourself or others. You're affirming the reality you're in the process of creating. Your words have power. They shape your thoughts, influence your emotions, and ultimately create your reality. As you practice living in the end, you'll likely encounter resistance, both from within yourself and from others. Your old beliefs and habits might try to reassert themselves. People around you might question your new outlook of behavior. This resistance is normal. It's simply your old reality trying to maintain itself. But remember, that old reality was created by your past thoughts and beliefs. As you consistently live in the end, you're creating a new reality based on your new empowered state of being. When you face this resistance, remind yourself that you're not denying your current circumstances. You're simply choosing to focus on and embody your desired state. You're exercising your power to choose your mental and emotional state regardless of external conditions. Living in the end also requires a level of detachment from the how of your desire's manifestation. When you're truly living in the end, you're not constantly looking for signs that it's working or trying to figure out how it will happen. You trust that the details will work themselves out. This detachment can be challenging, especially for those of us who like to plan and control everything. But consider this. When you order a meal at a restaurant, you don't go into the kitchen to supervise the chef. You trust that your order will be fulfilled. Living in the end requires, as you continue to live in the end, you'll likely start noticing synchronicities and coincidences that align with your desire. You might overhear a conversation that gives you a crucial piece of information, or you might meet someone who can help you achieve your goal. These are signs that your inner state is beginning to manifest in your outer world. But even as these signs appear, maintain your focus on living in the end. Don't get caught up in looking for proof or trying to force things to happen. Your job is simply to maintain the state of your desire. The universe will take care of the rest. One of the most beautiful aspects of living in the end is how it transforms your present moment. Instead of always chasing after the next goal, always living for some future moment, you begin to experience the joy and fulfillment of your desire right now. This doesn't mean you stop setting goals or striving for growth. But it does mean that your happiness and sense of worth are no longer dependent on achieving those goals. You're able to enjoy the journey knowing that you're already living in the state of your desire fulfilled. As you become more adept at living in the end, you'll find that manifestation becomes more effortless. Instead of struggling and striving, you'll find yourself naturally attracted to the people, circumstances, and opportunities that align with your desire. This is because you're no longer operating from a place of lack or need. You're radiating the energy of already having what you want. And in doing so, you become a magnet for more of the same. Living in the end is a powerful practice that can transform every aspect of your life. It aligns your inner world with your desired outer reality, bridging the gap between where you are and where you want to be. But perhaps most importantly, it allows you to experience the joy, peace, and fulfillment of your desires right now, in this moment. And isn't that what we're really after? The feelings we believe our desires will bring us. So I invite you to choose one desire, one goal that's close to your heart. How would you feel if it were already fulfilled? What would your day look like? How would you carry yourself? Begin to embody that state now. Live as if your desire is already your reality. As you do this, watch how your world begins to shift. Notice how opportunities align, how your actions become more inspired, how your energy attracts people and circumstances that support your desire. Remember, you are not bound by your current circumstances. You have the power to choose your mental and emotional state. By living in the end, you're not just visualizing a better future. You're actively creating it moment by moment, thought by thought, feeling by feeling. This is the true power of living in the end. It's not just about achieving goals or manifesting desires. It's about becoming the person who already has those things. It's about growth, transformation, and aligning with your highest potential. So step into that state now. Feel it. Embody it. Live it. Your new reality awaits. As we've explored the power of assumption and the practice of living in the end, you might be wondering, how can I consistently maintain this empowering state of mind? The answer lies in mastering your inner world. This is where the real magic happens, where you truly become the architect of your reality. Your inner world is the realm of your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and imagination. It's the source from which all your experiences spring forth. When you gain mastery over this inner domain, you gain the ability to shape your outer world with precision and power. Think about it. Every great achievement, every revolutionary invention, every transformative movement began as a thought, an idea, a vision in someone's mind. Your imagination is the workshop where reality is crafted before it manifests in the physical world. How often do you consciously direct your imagination? How often do you harness its power to create the life you desire? For many of us, our imagination runs on autopilot, often focusing on worries, past mistakes, or future anxieties. But what if you could redirect this powerful force towards creating? This is where the practice of visualization comes in. Visualization is not mere daydreaming or wishful thinking. It's a purposeful, focused use of your imagination to create vivid mental images of your desired outcomes. When done correctly, visualization can be a powerful tool for programming your subconscious mind and aligning your energy with your goals. To make your visualizations effective, engage all your senses. If you're visualizing career success, for example, don't just see yourself in your dream job. Feel the sense of satisfaction as you complete important tasks. Hear the congratulations from your colleagues. Smell the leather of your office chair. Taste the celebratory champagne. The more vivid and multisensory your visualization, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind. But visualization alone is not enough. To truly master your inner world, you need to combine visualization with emotion. Emotion is the fuel that powers your thoughts and gives life to your mental images. When you infuse your visualizations with positive emotions, joy, excitement, gratitude, love, you create a potent force for manifestation. This is why it's crucial to not just visualize the external trappings of success, but to feel the internal state of having achieved your desires. How would you feel if your biggest dream came true right now? That feeling is what you want to capture and replicate in your visualization. Another powerful technique for mastering your inner world is mental rehearsal. This involves mentally practicing specific actions or scenarios related to your goals. Athletes use this technique to improve their performance, visualizing every detail of their sport, from the feel of the equipment to the cheers of the crowd. You can apply the same principle to any area of your life. If you have an important presentation coming up, mentally rehearse it in detail. See yourself speaking confidently, hear your clear and articulate voice, feel the positive response from your audience. By doing this repeatedly, you're creating neural pathways in your brain that make the actual event feel familiar. As you practice these techniques, you might encounter internal resistance. Old beliefs, doubts, or fears may surface. This is normal and even beneficial, as it gives you the opportunity to identify and transform these limiting patterns. When you notice these limiting thoughts or feelings, don't fight them or try to push them away. Instead, acknowledge them, thank them for showing themselves, and then gently redirect your focus to your desired state. Remember, what you resist persists. What you accept and then redirect One effective way to deal with limiting beliefs is through the use of affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, preferably out loud, to reprogram your subconscious mind. The key to effective affirmations is to phrase them in the present tense, as if what you desire is already true. For example, instead of saying, I will be confident, say, I am confident. Instead of, I want to be wealthy, say, I am wealthy. Your subconscious mind takes these statements as commands and begins to align your thoughts, feelings, and actions accordingly. Affirmations are not about lying to yourself or denying your current reality. They're about choosing to focus on and embody the state you desire to create. When you say, I am wealthy while your bank account is low, you're not denying your current financial situation. You're affirming the internal state of abundance, which is the prerequisite. As you work on mastering your inner world, pay close attention to your self-talk. The conversations you have with yourself throughout the day have a profound impact on your reality. Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you focusing on what's wrong instead of what's right? Are you affirming your limitations rather than your possibilities? Start to consciously monitor and adjust your self-talk. Speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement. Celebrate your progress no matter how small. Affirm your capabilities and your worthiness. Remember, you are always listening to yourself. And what you consistently tell yourself becomes your reality. Another powerful tool for mastering your inner world is meditation. Meditation allows you to step back from the constant chatter of your mind and connect with your deeper self. It creates space between your thoughts, allowing you to observe them without getting caught up in them. Through regular meditation, you can develop the ability to choose your thoughts consciously rather than being at the mercy of habitual thinking patterns. This is a crucial skill in creating your reality, as it allows you to redirect your mental energy towards what you want to create rather than what you fear or worry about. As you develop your meditation practice, you might want to explore guided visualizations. These combine the benefits of meditation with the power of visualization, guiding you through vivid mental scenarios that align with your goals and desires. Remember, mastering your inner world is not about achieving a state of constant positivity or eliminating all negative thoughts. It's about developing the awareness and the skills to consciously choose where you place your mental and emotional energy. There will be days when negative thoughts or emotions arise. The key is not to judge these experiences or try to force them away, but to acknowledge them, learn from them if there's a lesson to be learned, and then gently guide your focus back to your desired state. This process of redirecting your thoughts and emotions becomes easier with practice. It's like building a muscle. The more you do it, the stronger and more automatic it becomes. Eventually, you'll find that your default state becomes one of positive expectation and alignment with your desires. As you continue to master your inner world, you'll likely notice changes in your outer world. Opportunities may arise that align with your goals. People may respond to you differently. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable may suddenly reveal solutions. These changes are not coincidences. They're the natural result of your inner transformation. As you change your inner world, your outer world cannot help but change to match it. This is the true power of mastering your inner realm. But here's an important point. Don't become attached to specific outcomes or timelines. Trust in the process. Your job is to maintain the inner state of your desire fulfilled. The universe will take care of the how and when. This detachment can be challenging, especially when you're working towards something you deeply desire. But remember, attachment often comes from a place of fear or lack. When you truly believe in the power of your inner world, you can relax into the certainty that what you desire is already yours on an energetic level, and its physical manifestation is simply a matter of time. As you practice these techniques for mastering your inner world, you may find that your desires themselves begin to evolve. As you connect more deeply with your true self, you might discover that what you thought you wanted isn't actually aligned with your highest good. This is a natural and beautiful part of the process. Allow yourself to be open to this evolution. Your expanding consciousness may lead you to desires and goals that are even more fulfilling and aligned with your true purpose. Remember, the ultimate goal of mastering your inner world is not just to achieve specific outcomes, but to become the fullest, most authentic expression of yourself. It's about aligning with your highest potential and living from a place of true power and purpose. As you continue on this journey of inner mastery, be patient and compassionate with yourself. This is a lifelong process, and there will be ups and downs along the way. Celebrate your progress, learn from your setbacks, and always keep your focus on the incredible power you hold within you. Your inner world is the source of all your experiences. By mastering this inner realm, you become the conscious creator of your life. You move from being a passive recipient of circumstances to an active participant in shaping your reality. So I invite you to commit right now to taking charge of your inner world. Choose to direct your thoughts toward what you want to create. Choose to feel the emotions of your desires fulfilled. Choose to use your imagination as the powerful tool it is. As you do this, watch how your life begins to transform. Notice how your perception shifts, how your energy changes, how your experiences align more and more with your deepest desires. This is the magic of mastering your inner world. Remember, every great achievement, every profound change, every beautiful creation begins within. Your inner world is the canvas in which you paint your life. Make it a masterpiece. The power to shape your reality lies within you, waiting to be unleashed. It always has been there and always will be. Now that you understand how to harness this power, how to master your inner world, what will you create? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And the journey to mastering your inner world begins with a single thought, a single choice to direct your mental and emotional energy towards what you truly desire. Take that step now. Choose an empowering thought. Feel that uplifting emotion. Your new reality awaits, and it all begins within you. The mastery of your inner world is the key to creating the life of your dreams. It's time to turn that key and unlock your full potential